Why is that art? The evolution of graffiti. Once upon a time, about 35,000 years ago, artists would chew up a bit of red clay, place their hand against the wall, and spit over their hand, leaving their mark. Ancient cave art would become one of the earliest forms of graffiti. Today, a kid spray painting graffiti on a wall would probably get arrested. But 1900 years ago, in Pompeii, Italy, everyone was creating graffiti. They were creating graffiti in Greece and Rome too. Graffiti was created on exteriors of houses, up and down the streets, and in bathhouses or public kitchens. Everything was fair game. Today you can travel almost anywhere in the world and you will probably find graffiti. In Rome, Japan, and on the Berlin Wall. Graffiti is defined as the act of inscribing or drawing on walls for the purpose of communicating a message to the general public. The modern hip-hop graffiti movement began in New York in the late 1960s. Artists started to create tags or signatures with markers, chalk, and spray paint. Their goal was getting up, having as many tags in as many places as possible. Tags started to cover the city walls, buses, trains, and subways. Tagging is often viewed as gang-motivated or meant as vandalism and has very little value as an artistic form of expression. Graffiti artists often work at night. Because they have to worry about the threat of legal consequences. Spray paint was a medium of choice because it is economical and easy to carry around. Taggers grew more and more creative. They developed personal lettering styles, adding colors and designs to their tags like polka dots or checkers. This advanced form of tagging is called a throw-up. Motives for producing street art vary greatly but seem to point to a need for mass communication and self-expression. Examples of this include political commentary, portraits of idolized figures, and public symbolism. The most creative form of graffiti is called a piece or a masterpiece, which usually depicts a scene or well-known characters with some sort of slogan. This type of graffiti often requires collaboration of multiple artists or crews. A piece is not a spontaneous activity like tagging in the form of fancy scribble. The completion of a piece involves a great deal of imagination, planning, and effort. A sketch is made, characters are created, and colors are chosen. Many of these pieces have garnered the attention of the public and the art world. During the 1980s, graffiti artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat and Keith Haring moved from the streets to the galleries. Their work won instant critical acclaim, and they quickly became social icons with the likes of Andy Warhol and Madonna. A recent graffiti artist to graduate from the streets to the gallery is Shepard Fairey, creator of the Obama Hope poster. Many graffiti artists have had their work showcased in galleries and museums. Communities are also starting to embrace graffiti as an art form. In an effort to eliminate the element of vandalism, legal graffiti initiatives are being created across the country. Money that was typically earmarked for cleaning up graffiti is being used to provide graffiti artists with spaces to legally display their work. Some graffiti artists have even teamed up with local youth groups to create murals in cities across the United States. Graffiti represents an art form that is unrestricted, one that rebels against conventional forms of artwork. It is often illegal and unsolicited, but that does not mean that it is not art. Some art critics say that graffiti art is the biggest art movement of our time. This popular art form communicates to others and beautifies the community by appearing in areas that normally would be eyesores, such as a wall in a vacant lot or abandoned building. Graffiti art has evolved from marks and scribbles on a wall to an artistic form of self-expression. This is art that appeals to human senses and emotions. This is why graffiti is art.